When we picture the great societies of the Bronze Age, our minds usually go straight to Egypt and Mesopotamia. We imagine absolute rulers commanding vast armies and towering ziggurats built to glorify a single divine king. But looking at this map of the ancient world, the civilization that swallowed up the most territory wasn't on the Nile or the Euphrates. The Indus Valley Civilization stretched all the way from modern-day Afghanistan down into India, holding an estimated 5 million people. Yet, across that massive expanse, archaeologists have found a glaring absence. There are no pyramids, no grand palaces or temples, not even dedicated weapons of war. How do you organize a society of 5 million people, spread across over 1,000 different settlements, without the strict social hierarchies or outsized egos we assume are required to run an empire? The structure of their cities suggests a different kind of power. To understand how they functioned, we must look at the foundations they left behind. When archaeologists excavated sites like Harappa and Mohenjodaro in the 1920s, they uncovered sprawling ruins made of highly durable baked clay bricks. Ironically, these bricks were of such high quality that the British had unknowingly looted millions of them to use as ballast for laying railway tracks. What remained beneath the soil revealed hyper-organized urban planning. Entire neighborhoods were laid out in a strict grid pattern, built with identically sized bricks that point to a central planning authority. This infrastructure included a feature unknown in contemporary civilizations, a universal plumbing network. Every individual home or cluster of homes featured a dedicated bathing room where wastewater drained out into covered brick sewers running beneath the major streets. Almost every house in the city had access to these freshwater and drainage facilities. The archaeological record shows a flat wealth distribution, with no obvious elite class hoarding resources. Instead of spending their vast resources building monuments to dead rulers, the Indus Valley leaders directed their engineering prowess toward practical public health infrastructure for the living. To maintain order without a tyrant, engineers implemented a universal system of chert weights based on a strict 5:2:1 ratio. This precision extended to an exact 1.704 millimeter scale, which dictated the uniform dimensions of millions of baked bricks. That strict uniformity built trust. It allowed a massive, peaceful international trade network to flourish, moving luxury goods up the Persian Gulf. To track commerce, they used steatite stamp seals like this one. It features a unicorn-like animal alongside the Indus script. While we cannot read these symbols today, their mass production implies they were tools for economic transactions and a shared culture. The connective tissue of the Indus Valley was an incredibly efficient, standardized economic engine that managed to unite millions of people without a standing army. Around 1900 BCE, this sprawling network began to break down. For decades, historians blamed an invasion by a nomadic Indo-European group known as the Aryans. But skeletal analysis shows no evidence of a violent conquest, and the invasion theory has been thoroughly dismantled. This map shows the modern scientific consensus. The Indus Valley depended on the Holocene climate. Over thousands of years, the seasonal monsoon weakened and shifted south. Without irrigation, the mighty Ghaggar Hakra and Indus rivers became erratic, collapsing their complex agricultural surplus. Facing a mega-drought, the population adapted. Residents slowly migrated eastward toward the wetter Ganges Basin, leaving the major cities behind to establish smaller, more resilient farming villages. The archaeological record shows a strategic dispersal. Faced with ecological change, the population decentralized, breaking the metropolis down into a network of resilient rural farms. Even after the cities emptied out, the culture survived. Their agricultural innovations, from domesticating humped zebu cattle to utilizing complex multi-cropping strategies, quietly became the permanent bedrock of modern South Asian farming. The Indus Valley Civilization achieved a scale and organization that rivaled any of its neighbors, not through monumental monuments or conquest, but through a shared investment in public health and a collective economic blueprint.